victory is a process, not a destination. What we do daily will spell victory or defeat in our lives. Sino po sa inyo gusto maging victorious sa kanilang buhay? Taas po ang kamay. Hindi po ba obvious lahat tayo gusto natin maging victorious sa ating buhay? Pero sa kahuli-hulihan, mangilan-ilan lang po ang magiging victorious sa kanilang buhay. Yes, we will dream about it. We will talk about it. And most of us would like to realize it. But mangyayari, not all of us, or just a few of us, will possess it. Why? Because we do not take action. Gaya po sabi ni John Hancock Field, hindi po ito yung si Hancock sa movie, all worthwhile men have good thoughts, good ideas, and good intentions, but the precious few of them ever translates those into action. Kilala niyo po si Abraham Lincoln, di ba? Sabi po niya, I will get ready and then perhaps my chance will come. He said that before he became the President of the United States. So before he became the President, he prepared himself. He developed self-discipline to learn a lot before the opportunity comes for him to step up. That is what the process calls for. Ano po ang tatlong misconception about victory? One, victory is not winning in a lottery. This is not instant gratification or being instant millionaires. A lot of us look for winning para mahango tayo sa kahirapan agad-agad. But we have heard a lot of stories of lotto winners who lost their earnings and came out worse than before they won in the lotto. Reason, they were not victorious in handling financial matters. They were not prepared for the windfall that they got. So hindi po ito victory as they say it. What about the millions of bettors who spend hard-earned money in the hope of winning? They rely on it rather than work on something else to improve their winning conditions. Number two, it is not a relationship won. When my sister wife accepted my proposal for her to be my girlfriend, I thought that was victory for me. Siyempre, at that instant, nung sinagot niya ako, I was very euphoric. No? Kumbaga, langit yun sa akin na ako ay sinagot. But as we settled down in our relationship, it was then that we realized that our relationship would not be as rosy as we thought it would be. Siyempre, we experienced a lot of quarrels, meron din po kaming mga breakups, no? And we just knew that hindi ganun yan kadali. No? The first instant of winning is not already the final victory. We had to go through the process of all of this tampo-tampuhan, away, breakup, but at the end of the day, we were able to manage it. And when we entered community, it really strengthened yung pananampalataya namin that we can build this relationship. That quarrels that we had are just part of a temptation, no? For us to break it up if we have a good thing. Nung andito naman kami, we were guided. We were guided that these things happen, but everything can be patched up. Kasama ko lang sa Panginoon, tinuruan tayo, kaya nung isang lesson natin about the gift of God. No? Pag kayo, pag nag-clear up yung isa, huwag masabayan. No? You just have to step back, let it go down, things that we learn when we are already in a relationship with our Lord. The third one is, it is not a position earned. As a professional, I always say that I will work hard to move up the corporate ladder for the benefit of my family. The irony is that when I was promoted, when I went up the ladder, the purpose was lost. Yung sabi mo na it's for my family, biglang nagkakaroon ng lamat yun. That relationship is starting to show cracks. Quality time is lost. Your relationship, your spouse suffers. Your communication with your kids also suffers. Like in my case, when I was promoted, I was in a group na yung boss ko. Mahilig yan twice a week. Pag nag-overtime kami at nakita kami doon, o tara, tuloy na natin yung overtime. Inuman na tayo. So syempre, boss, sama kami lahat. So, that became my life then. Those were the temptations that came about because of my position. I had to toe the line. But what happened? Time spent for my family, for my wife, for my kids, suffered. Ganun ang buhay ko until I came in, nakapasok ako sa community. And that became my reason. Sabi ko, meron pa kami prayer meeting. Every time nayaya ko, naging reason ko si Lord. And eventually, akala ko mahirap. But the Lord gave me an excuse. Pagkatapos na, wala na. Hindi na nila ako naiimbitan. Which was good for me. Because now, I could spend more time with the family without pressure from my superiors that I have to toe the line. Sabi ko nga dito kay John Maxwell, you will never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine. Like in my case, that daily routine included nights out. Just twice a week, we go home at 2 o'clock in the morning. That was a routine. And that was something that I had to change to be able to bring back myself to a good family relationship. To be victorious in life, you need to know the following. 1, you are what you do daily. Let's say that. You are what you do daily. You need to form the habit of success daily in order to be successful in everything you do. You need to develop a good attitude. Boils down to developing good attitude. Meron pong report, no, 1983 COS report of American businesses. Sabi po nila, 94% of all Fortune 500 executives attribute their success more to attitude than any other basic ingredients. Although our attitude may not be the asset that makes us great leaders, without good attitudes, we will never reach our full potential. Hindi lang po, kaya nung earlier na sabi natin, no? It's not aptitude that will bring you to the top, but rather it's attitude. Simple habits, like praying before meals with your family. Sino po nagdadasal sa inyo before meals? When we started this, when the kids were young, hindi po kami mahilig sa ganun. We don't do the prayer. So we started it. Sige, mag-pray tayo before meals. We did it. The kids were reluctant to do it, pero since magulang kami, sunod na rin sila. So yan, araw-araw, every meal, pray before meals. And after a while, we pumunta, bago kumain, nagdarasal na sila. Because they were able to develop the habit. Doing it every meal, every meal, every meal became second nature for them. Pray before meals. Number 2, you first form your habits, then your habits form you. Developing habits requires self-discipline. It is not easy, but when you overcome the initial reaction or the initial resistance, you will see the transformation. Take for example my case. Makita nyo, masyadong maluwang na itong Amerikana ko. I got this when I was 210 pounds last year. I was not physically fit. Madali akong hingalin. Hindi ako nakakapag-jogging na matagal at hindi na ako nakakapag-basketball kasi masakit na sa tuhod. So, I resolved then that I need to reduce my weight. I did a lot. Marami akong pinagdaanan ng mga kunyari weight reduction, but I was never able to do it regularly. So last year, we talked about it. Sabi ng wife ko, sige, let's do the Cohen diet. Cohen diet sa akin. Hindi naman ako talaga nito. So we just followed a regimen of eating. There was a certain menu, certain volume, restrictions in terms of, like in my case, wala akong pork, wala akong soft drinks, wala akong rice, wala akong certain vegetables, bawal sa akin ice cream. No? But you take 3 square meals and 2 meriendas. So I started August. Siyempre ako, I'm a rice eater. And I like pork, and I like ice cream. So for the first few weeks, parang addict, nanginginig ka, hinahanap-hanap mo. But, sabi nga, you need self-discipline. If you want to achieve yung target mo, it is a process. So kaya nangyari sa akin, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, talagang dusa sa akin. No? Isipin mo na lang, may seminar ako sa isang hotel. Alam ko may pagkain doon. Pinapadalan pa ako ng baon, gulay. Yan ang kainin mo. So mga kasama ko sa hotel, nung kumakain kami, tataka sila dahil hindi ako kumakain ng nakakasarap ng pagkain. Sa aking gulay lang at saka isda. But that was discipline. Ang sabi nga, after 3 weeks, you will start to lose yung resistance. By the 4th week, it's already somehow a habit. Nangyari sa akin, after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I started to show reductions in weight. There was a period na sudden drop. So yeah, no? for 3 months, I disciplined myself. To develop that habit. So after 3 months, I lost 30 pounds. So I lost a lot of pounds. Kasi luluwang na ng mga pantalon ko. So pumapasok ako, kailangan i-tighten ko yung belt ko. Ito, meron ko mga biniling Amerikana sa States based on my stature, sa physique ko noon. Ayun, wala na. Hindi ko na masuot. Mukhang scarecrow na ako doon. So that, brothers and sisters, is part of developing the habit. Self-discipline. Now, after doing it, right now, it's already in me. Maintaining discipline. Hindi na ako, I take rice, pero konti-konti na. I don't crave for it. Or, yeah, I eat it, I don't crave for it. So I am able to maintain my weight. My benefit, my heart, my blood pressure, 110/70, 180. When before I was 130/90, normal sa akin 130/90. So, unless you develop that discipline in you, you will never be able to accomplish anything. Set the target, set the plan, have the discipline to follow the plan, brothers and sisters. Kung kaya ko, kaya din nyo, diba? Gusto ko happy kayo, diba? Number 3, it is just as easy to form habits of victory as it is to form habits of failure. Yet many people choose the habits of failure because they don't want to dream, and if they dream, they dream small. Mas madaling, simpleng, it's better to fail, maliit na yung rather than people taking the challenge of something big. They shy away from the challenge. Let me quote the quotation po ni Chuck Swindoll. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than successes, than what others people think or say or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, or a home. The remarkable thing is that we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past, nor can we change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. Our attitude. I am convinced that life is, remember this, 10% what happens to me, and 90% how I react to it. 10% what happens to me, and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. So when we say self-discipline, nasa atin po yun. It's a choice that we have to make. We want to improve ourselves, we want to rise, we want to be promoted. It's our choice of how to do it. 3 ways to victory. How do we attain victory in our lives? 1, make a commitment to grow daily. Say that. Make a commitment to grow daily. What you are going to be tomorrow, you are becoming today. Galing po, no? What you are going to be tomorrow, you are becoming today. It is essential to begin developing self-discipline in a small way today in order to be disciplined in a big way tomorrow. Start small, concentrate today. Start small, concentrate today. The slow accumulation of discipline will one day make a big difference. Sabi po ni Ben Franklin, it is easier to suppress the first desire than to satisfy all that follow it. It is easier to suppress the first desire than to satisfy all that follow it. Pwede po ako magkwento? Ay, hindi na ako magkwento eh. Tutulog na ata kayo, no? Pwede ako magkwento? Amen! Sino po nakakilala kay Michelangelo? Hindi po siya yung hindi siya yung turtle. Hindi po siya yung turtle. Ano yan? Ninja Turtle, hindi po siya yun, ha? Ang sinasabi ko po, ito yung one of the greatest artists or sculptor of our time. Italian po ito. Michelangelo was considered as the greatest artistic figure in the world. Ang kanyang main art form niya is on sculpting. At dalawa yung kanyang famous na sculptor. No? Una, yung Pieta. No? Pieta, yung Mother and Dead Jesus. And the second one is the Statue of David. Ito, napakalinging revolt po ito. 15 feet high na naka-display po doon sa kanila. In 1508, siya po ay kinomission ng Papa to paint the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Parang ganito ang chapel. Ito po yung ceiling. So sabi, magpinta ka dyan. To think that Michelangelo, hindi po siya magaling na pintor. Siya po ay sculptor. Ang magaling na pintor noong panahon na yun po, si Raphael. Ang chismis pa nga nun, parang sinusulan ni Raphael yung Papa. Pagawa mo yan kay Michelangelo. Yun yung chismis. Siya pagawa mo. Kasi alam ni Raphael, hindi naman siya pintor. So pag ginawa niya, kumalpak, sira na ang reputasyon ni Michelangelo. Chismis lang yun po. Chismis lang yun. Nabasa ko lang yun kaya Kuya Bunda. Anyway, so, ang mahirap nito, una, hindi na nga siya magaling, hindi naman siya master in painting. At second, yung gagawin niya, nakahiga po siya. 65, 70 feet up in the air, maglalagay ng scaffolding, at hihiga po siya at magpipinta. No? Magpinta ka na nga lang ng gano'n, napakahirap na Yung pa kayo nakahiga. No? That was the challenge. But he did not back down from the challenge. He took the challenge and he knew that he will be able to do it. He will learn along the way. He will develop the skill along the way. And he did it, no? Instead na ang pinapagawa lang sa kanya, 15 na characters. No? Ang pinapagawa lang sa kanya, yung mga apostoles lang, no? Paint niya yung 12 apostles dun sa Sistine Chapel. But because he had a very imaginative mind, kinumpleto na niya. No? From creation, lahat ng mga, kung ano yung naisip niya, Adam and Eve, yung kay Moses, pininta niya na doon. No? And it consists of 300 characters or figures. Una, 12 lang. Ngayon naging 300 na. Ang nakakatuwa pa nito, nung nagawa na yung iba doon, pinatibag. Kasi nagkaroon ng molds yung ceiling. So, they had to remove the painting again, and he had to do it again. And at some point, he had to fire all of his assistants. Dahil sa kanya, hindi magagaling yung kanya mga assistants. So what happened? Siya lang po mag-isa ang gumawa nun. So, and how long did it take for him to do it? Sino po nakakaalam? Sino nagsasabi 1 taon? Taas ang kamay. Sino nagsabi 2 taon? Sino nagsabi 10 taon? Guess lang kayo. 4 na taon. 10 taon, patay na yun. Anyway, it took him 4 years. 4 years to complete the paintings in the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. He did also the paintings on the side. That was a very big accomplishment for somebody who was not considered a master painter. But he had the resolve that he will do it. That he will learn along the way and he will master it. May mga kasabihan po, no? Losers are ruled by their darkest mistakes. Worst failures and deep regrets. Ito po yung hindi nakakatanggap ng mga ganyan klaseng challenge. If you want to achieve victory, then be motivated by your finest thoughts, your highest enthusiasm, greatest optimism, and your most triumphant battles. Ito po ang nanaig kay Bishop Michelangelo. The accomplishments that he had being a sculptor motivated him to take on the challenge because he knew he was good. He did not back down from the challenge. Let me cite to you some quotes from Brother Pio. Yung isa dito, I only think of my failures for a maximum of an hour. So kung may mga failures that happens in your life, learn the lessons. Learn the lessons from it and forget about the failure. Do not let it affect you. Do not let it into your heart and affect you the whole time. Alamin mo lang saan ka nagkamali at anong pwede kong gawin sa susunod. Huwag mong dibdibin. Sabi nga. The next one, but I think of my victories for a day. Kaya ko sabi kanina, namin mo ang iyong victory. Enjoy it. Use it to motivate you. Use that victory to spur you to better yourself, to accomplish more, to reach new heights. Kaya ko sabi sa mga graduates, spur this moment, enjoy the moment, and motivate yourself to accomplish more. Ganito po ang gusto natin mangyari sa atin. Do not let ourselves be affected by failures. Let ourselves be motivated and pushed by victories that we have experienced in our lives. Number 2, dream big. When you dream, it is free. Tama po ba? Libre pong managinip. Kung libre, bakit ka man managinip ng maliit? Libre naman kung gawin mo ng malaki. Dream big. When someone is pursuing his big dreams, he will go far beyond his limitations. Why? Because there is no limit to human potentials. The problem is some people limit their potentials. Dreamer was the man who said the following quote. If you can dream it, you can do it. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Sino po ito? Si Walt Disney. Walt Disney was a big dreamer whose vision was to make people happy. Very simple vision, to make people happy. And guided by that vision, Walt Disney put up the first Disneyland in Anaheim, California in 1955. That was the first family-friendly theme park. Hindi lang po pang bata, pang matanda rin po. Yung mga matatanda na feeling bata. When they go there, they feel that they are again a child. They feel like kids. That was what they put up. And because of the success of the first Disneyland, si Walt dreamed big again, and he wanted to build a bigger Disneyland in Orlando, Florida. But bago po natapos ito, he passed away in 1966. And the Disneyland in Orlando was opened in 1971. So brothers and sisters, hindi mahirap managinip. Libre po yun. All we need to do is dream, and then let's do the plans. Hindi lang po pwede panaginip, lagyan din natin ng action plans po natin. Number 3, give up to go up. The degree of your success will be determined by the degree of your sacrifice. Let's say that, brothers and sisters. The degree of your your success will be determined by the degree of your sacrifice. Successful people achieve their success because they sacrifice. One stormy night, meron po itong an elderly couple came into a small hotel in Philadelphia. They were trying to get their room. So when they went to the counter, they asked the manager at the time, can we get a room in your hotel? So sabi ko ng manager, ay ma'am, sir, sorry. Nakalugin ko na sa Amerika to. So, sorry po. We are full tonight. No? We have 3 conventions in the hotel. So, wala pong available na room. No? So, when the couple were about to leave, sabi ko ng manager, pero if you want, I can give you my room. I have a room here. It's not as grand as the other rooms, but you can use it for the night. No? So, nag-aalanganin pa yung couple. No? So, sabi naman niya, no, don't worry ma'am, sir. I can manage. Meron naman po sa paling ko sa labas eh. I can sleep here, I can take my room, so you won't be having problems. It's raining outside, nakakaawa naman po kayo. So, binigay niya yung kwarto niya. So, the next day, when the couple left, when they paid their bill, they said to the guy, thank you very much. If I want the manager for a hotel, I will be getting you. I want you to be the manager. So tawa-tawa na rin yung pinagkawanan nila yung usapang yun. So for 2 years, they forgot about it. No? The manager forgot about it. Then he got a letter. So the couple introduced themselves. We were that couple that went to your hotel 2 years ago and you gave your room for us. No? Since it was full. No? So I would like to invite you to come to New York. There's a round-trip ticket. And come visit us. So he went. He met the couple. The couple brought him to street na yun? In a corner street in New York. And in front of them was a big building. Grand building. Ito po yung tinatawag natin ngayon yung Waldorf Astoria. Waldorf Astoria. And the guy, that elderly couple, or that elderly guy, was William Waldorf Astor. So sabi niya, dun sa manager who was known as George Paul, George, I want you to manage this hotel. So sabi ni George, kaya naman pinipiro mo ako, no? So sabi niya, no? No, I'm serious. No? I told you before, I like your attitude. And I want you to manage that hotel. So you brothers and sisters, George Paul was a manager of a small hotel in Philadelphia, became the first general manager of the Waldorf Astoria, one of the grandest, finest hotel in New York. Just because of the sacrifice he made 2 years ago for that couple. Sabi nga, you will never know. Yung taong yun, baka yun ay ang anghel mo. So, George became one of the best managers, and he expanded the Waldorf Astoria to be known worldwide as one of the best in the world. A little sacrifice will go a long way for that reward, brothers and sisters. On a personal note, I told you about the story before. There was a time I was offered a manager position. But I had to be assigned sa mine site namin sa Zamboanga. So, it was a tempting offer. I just got promoted to be supervisor a year earlier. A year after, andito na, my manager position. At ang assignment ko sa field. And I turned it down. Why? Because of my family. Maliliit pa yung mga bata. And I felt assigned 28 days there and be at home only 3 to 4 days every time. So I turned down the position and sabi ko, darating at darating. Eventually, I got a better position, Manila-based. So, nabalik din sa akin. But what was the reward for that sacrifice? It was not that managerial position that I got later. It was the reward or the appreciation that my relationship with the kids were really strong. Because I was there when they were growing up. I was there when we started communicating. I was there playing with them. So when they grew up, and until now, parang barkada ko lang sila. That for me was a bigger reward than the promotion I got later. That sacrifice gave me a bigger reward. Amen? So in closing, brothers and sisters, your financial problems are temporary. Your trials are temporary. Your difficulties are temporary. Your relationship problems are temporary. Your sicknesses are temporary. Only one thing is permanent. Your victory is permanent. Good attitude is permanent. Good attitude is permanent. Because that is what will lead you to the top. Attitude, not aptitude. You have victories over your financial problems, over your trials, over your difficulties, over your relationship problems, and over your sicknesses. Because that victory comes from Jesus Christ, who rose from the dead and reigned victorious in heaven. And that victory is not his alone. That victory